Hi, in this video we're going to talk about the learn-teach format of the Learning Lab. As you learn something and then you teach it to the next person. Let's back up for a moment. Traditionally, Acroyoga has been taught just by friends teaching friends. There weren't really any classes around. If you had friends who knew it and you'd go camping with them or to a festival, they would just teach it to you. And then formal classes started happening, and the formal classes are usually you have a teacher doing a demo, and then students kind of observe from the distance, and then they're trying to figure it out with each other how to do it. The learning and then teaching format is quite different, and so this is how it works. When you show up for your first class, you're gonna have a return student come to you, and they're gonna teach you the first technique drill. And they're gonna do it hands-on with you. So you're not just watching it from the distance, but they're actually guiding you through it. They're gonna give you feedback, they're gonna answer your questions. And then once you got it, you're gonna go to the next new student and you're gonna teach it to them. And the teaching part is actually part of learning. There's a saying, teach once, learn twice. The reason is, if you have to show it to someone else, you have to actually organize the things in your head. You have to deal with all the mistakes they make, you have to deal with the questions. It's also a repetition where, sometimes I'm in class and in my head I go yeah. And later, if someone asks me what the class was about, I realize I didn't really actively mentally engage to retain some material. And so knowing that you're gonna have to teach, it's gonna activate you more, your brain is gonna be more engaged to learn. And then if you tell it to someone, it's gonna really seal in what you learned. Now at this point, there are usually a few people who panic. They're like, oh my god, I can't be a teacher, you have to be special to be a teacher. And here's kind of the thing to make more sense of it. If you wanted to teach French, you might have to get a graduate degree, and it's going to take you years of learning the entire French language. You're going to learn how to teach it to different people, you're going to learn different teaching strategies, and it's very involved to be a French teacher. However, if someone taught you the French word for mouse, you could probably go to your friend and tell your friend what the French word for mouse is, and you taught French without a graduate degree. Oh my dear. I'm a little facetious because people really panic hard about it, but it's really actually quite common. I went to a salsa class for the first time, and the teacher didn't explain things, so I turned to someone next to me. I was like, how do I do the handheld thing right? And they just told me how to do the handheld thing right. It happens all the time informally. The thing we're doing is we're doing it in a more structured way. Getting back to course progressions, you're gonna have kind of your long checklist of all the things you're gonna learn in sequence. And you're gonna learn one thing from another person, and then once you learn it, you're gonna teach it to the other person. And two really cool things happen. First of all, if you're in a teacher demo or a lecture, you can't fast forward if you already knew the stuff. And if you're lost, you might not interrupt the whole class, or there might be too much and the teacher can't give you all the information. However, in these, peer teaching experiences, you can just adjust to each other. If you didn't get something earlier, there's no issue asking hey, Actually, I didn't get this earlier thing. Or it's also like hands-on, right? Like, they're doing a physical activity with you, they can give you feedback and guide you to the right thing. It's a really great learning experience, and the teaching is also going to really help you. And the other cool thing is, if you have a group class and a teacher does a demo, the demo can only be about one thing. And so you're gonna have students who are overwhelmed. If you keep coming a while, you're gonna be bored, you're gonna be like, that thing again. However, this is like format where you learn, teach in trios. The entire room can be working on different things. You can, because you keep track of your own progress, what's next for you, you can keep progressing, whatever is your learning edge. Alright, so let's recap it, and like a key thing also for the quiz. When you come to class, there's a learning and teaching format. You're gonna learn from someone else, and you're gonna teach this next person, and you're only gonna teach things you actually learned before. And how this all happens is done a lot supported through an app, and I'm gonna get about the mechanics in the next video.